Hello there. Well, I know I'm gonna screw up your name, so I almost want to apologize for that. And I said, how's that my fault? I'm assuming it's Jocelyn, Jocelyn, Joe, Josie. Anyways, happy birthday. Um, Thank you, Joe, for reaching out. He told me that you're a big fan of the show. Thank you, and of me apparently. Thank you even more for that. It's a difficult thing to be me sometimes. I'm trying to figure out how to say your name, and then it got this flashback. We're in the middle of nowhere. I think we were in Africa, and we always use words, especially this is my third language, right? So I struggle with spelling quite a bit. On top of that, I'm freaking dyslexic. Like, oh, so we subtle, the word subtle. They told me how you spell this word. I'm like, huh? How in the hell did you get that spelling and from that spelling to that pronunciation? And then my cameraman says, you wait until you get the choir. It doesn't even have a Q in it. I'm like, what in the world? From there, it went to when I was in New Zealand, right? We have garages in the States. In New Zealand, in Kiwi land, they have garage. So this person is looking at me. She says, "You have a pack." The word "pack," like you pack your suitcase, and then becomes a verb noun package. Okay, you have a brokerage. Okay, but you have a garage. How's that make any fucking sense? I'm like, that's a good point. You can't argue with a good point, right? And like, shit, yeah, like, I didn't have anything to say. So spelling and me and pronunciation gets out of hand sometimes. But anyways, happy birthday, 40, number 40. It's a great fucking number. I tell you what. After you get to 40, you understand what midlife crisis is. And like, there ain't nothing called a midlife fucking crisis. You learn, this is what I learned. I learned that for the first 20 years of your life, you're trying to be fucking free from home, from school, get a job. And once you get to age 20, now you are on your own. You get to a job to pay the bills with the people you don't even like, the job you really cannot stand, so you can take care of your kids, drive the car you don't want. Nobody wants to drive a sucker mom van. Don't look at me like that. I had a sucker mom van, right? It was a Dodge Caravan. Anyway, so once you get out, the kids get out of the house, you say, fuck, I've been living this life I don't want to live. This is when you go get a sports car, and then people say, oh, it's a midlife crisis. Shut up. I finally could afford the car I wanted to drive all this time, and I don't have to worry about the kids, right? But this is, I'm 48 right now, 48 and a half. I think this is the most fit I've been, and I know this is the most smart I've been, the wisest I have been. Yeah, the knees are not working as good. The lower back is shit, right? There's about 2 vertebrae crushed in my neck. But you know what? The brain works phenomenal. I really, really don't want to be 20 again, like that young and dumb. I'm thinking to myself, how in the fuck did you not die with the dumbest shit you do? And I do some really dumb shit, which you've seen on TV quite often. I'm like, wow, bro, the God, when the brain says, when the God says, I'm going to give you a brain, and I must have looked it up and said, what train, right? But thank God you grow out of that. The wisdom comes to men quite late. Sometimes it never does. I've seen 60-year-old dumbasses. Now, women, on the other hand, mature hell of a lot faster because the motherhood, right? It matures you. Speaking of the motherhood, and you have a son coming on August. Well, congrats. That is, you got bigger balls than I do for that. Really. I remember, I'll tell you a story since we are both parents, right? My son was my firstborn, and this is funny. The first 14 days were the hardest because you don't sleep, right? I took 14 days off from work. We wake up every half an hour. We slept like 20 hours because every half an hour she had to get up and feed my son. In next half an hour, I had to get up to change the diaper. That was the deal. So after like day 5, I never been awake this long in my life. You're trying to survive 30 minutes at a time. You haven't eaten shit, right? You feel like crap. I got up 2 o'clock in the morning and lift up his feet to put the diaper in. He hit me in the chest. I'm like, motherfucker, what's wrong with you? Pinch the diaper, throw him in to where he sleeps. I rolled up sleep. So a couple of hours later, doing the same shit, I looked down with the sun up. Now you can see, right? I'm covered in shit. He didn't kick me. He literally, when I lifted up his feet to put the diaper down, he just blew it up. And I looked down, as you know, until start to eat solid food, it doesn't really smell. So I looked down, I'm like, yeah, I'm too tired for the shit. I rolled down and slept another hour. You know, the parenthood will teach you things that you didn't think you're capable of. But that's great. That's great. You're going to be a parent again. That's awesome. It's a lot of fun. The good thing is that the second child, at least, that was funny with my son. Like nobody has a good book on being a parenting. The diapers had a little stripe, right? It turns blue when they pee. With my son, we see the blue, we change the diaper. With my daughter, which is a year and a half younger, like that diaper will be sagging so much full of pee. The blue turn into green to purple, nobody cares. If it falls off, we change it then. So the good news is you're gonna have all the knowledge and the experience from the first one. Now you're ready. They're gonna be great. It's gonna be fun. You're gonna be a great mother again. How about that? And the 40th birthday, this is what I want to leave you with. People say, they look at you, oh, you're old, right? You're getting old. Like, this is what I tell people. Okay, they're smart ass. If I'm old in the 40s because you're 30, you're fucking old as shit to a 20-year-old. When you ask a 14-year-old what they think about a 20-year-old, that's old. Yeah, go ask a 5-year-old. The 14-year-olds are old as shit, right? So you're gonna be old to somebody at all times. So you just tell those people to suck it. This is the best version of you. You haven't been better than this. When you turn back and look at the mistakes you made, you realize the mistakes. That's what makes you smarter. That's what makes you wiser. This is why this is the best version of you. So if your people don't like it, you're 40, they can go suck it and go to hell. For all I care, for all you should care, right? This is the best version of you. However, one thing I'm going to tell you that I try to pay attention a lot is everything that you do, your kid's going to do. I have a picture of my daughter, age of 3, trying to do push-ups with me. So the more you take care of yourself, that's being with exercise, that being with going to bed in a timely manner, that being getting up every day the same time, and that being eating right, they pick up on everything that you say, everything that you do. So the more you take care of yourself, the more they're going to learn how to take care of themselves. So keep that in mind with your son. So my mentality has always been, I'm going to do better than my parents. I'm still going to make mistakes. I'm going to still screw shit up, but I'm not going to make the mistakes they did, right? And if I ever have another kid, which I can't, oh, this is another story. This is fucking juicy. I went to the doctor after my second kid. I said, I need to get a vasectomy. I think that's the word, by the way. Hysterectomy, vasectomy, I get confused. And she said, okay. And I said, Doc, this is exactly how I said, Doc, a couple of years from now, I leave anybody pregnant, I will come and find you. So this woman, this poor woman, after the surgery, she comes back. She says, "Look, there's three ways of doing this surgery. One, we cut the tube. Okay. Two, we cauterize the tube. Three, the other method is clamp it. I did all three for you." Poor, I guess I scared the poor woman. That was hilarious, but it got done, and I don't think I can ever have a kid because as much as I love my kids, they're pain in the ass. They talk too much. I even bought them that shirt after they start talking. It says, "My parents couldn't wait until I walk and talk. Now all they tell me is shut up and sit down." Right? It's just life for you. Anyways, happy birthday. You keep being awesome. Thank you again for the love and the support for the show. Life will get better. Life is better every day if you get up and do something more than you did yesterday. All right? Thank you. Joe, again, thank you. And happy birthday. I'll see you next year.